Hello everyone and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
School clubs are fun, Sam.
I know.
Right? We learned about this yesterday in Part A. Michael and Winnie were looking at some of the new clubs in their school, the ones they were thinking of joining. And you know, there were some surprises there, right? Michael didn't join the chess club. Winnie thought he would. And Winnie had a long list of clubs she was interested in, from foreign languages to debating to all sorts of cool stuff. And so she was having a hard time picking a club to join. You said you were in the German club
yeah.
at your
I
school.
did actually take chess club,
you did? Okay.
but in grade school. I don't really remember very much.
All right. And of course, when we were at school, there probably were some clubs that they would have now that they didn't have then, right? Like a computer coding club or a social media club or something like that.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like I keep seeing people talking about how their kids are in coding clubs.
Coding club, right?
And learning how to make apps and things like that in like grade school and middle school.
Yeah.
And that would have been so cool. I would totally have joined that club.
So that's a club you would have joined if they had it. Were there clubs they did have? And when you were younger, kind of like Michael, you're like, oh, I wasn't interested in that. But then later on, you might have changed. And you kind of think, now, that would have been fun, but I didn't do it.
I probably would have joined like a drama club, because that seems like something kind of fun and like a creative outlet that you could kind of enjoy. But and they probably did have drama club. I just probably didn't see it or notice it. But yeah, what about you?
Well, my school had a lot of kind of serious clubs, like a chess club and a debate club. They didn't do a lot of the arts stuff, and that was in the whole school. So Michael mentioned a guitar club, you know, and I know some kids in Taiwan, they're in the rock band club, or they have dancing clubs, and maybe something with acting, because I did enjoy that, but we didn't have clubs for that at my school, which is too bad, but I bet they probably have those today, because I think people are more aware that letting kids be creative and have fun in clubs, that's a great thing for them. Just as useful as learning math and science, probably. All right, let's have a look at our Part B. School clubs are fun. And Michael and Winnie, they're going to make some choices. Michael and Winnie are at a club fair.
Hey, what is that between the drama and photography clubs?
I don't know. Let's go there and check it out.
Hi, I'm Calvin. Do you want to join the web design club?
All right, so school clubs are fun, Part B. Now I think it's time to get serious about our decisions for the clubs this year.
Yes, and so Michael and Winnie are deciding that they want to think more about this, figure out more, and really decide what clubs they want to join. So we start off by saying Michael and Winnie are at a club fair. So fair, this word as a noun, it means kind of like a place that you can go and you can see all of these different things at once. Usually if it's a school club fair, it's probably in the gym, and with all the little tables set up for each club, and they can give you more information and you can kind of learn about these different things. So a fair is kind of a big exhibition of something, or big just event where you can go and learn about it. We also have something in America called a county fair, where you might get to go and you go to like have little rides, or there are animals that you can see. I actually went to one last summer, and there was a horse costume contest, and I got to see a horse all dressed up as Spider-Man. That was pretty fun. So fairs are really fun if you get a chance to check them out, especially that kind of county fair is really fun.
Okay, and they have state fairs,
Yep,
right? Really
state
big
fairs.
ones, roller coasters. And I guess the other idea of a fair is it's kind of a temporary thing.
Yes.
It'll be on for a day or a weekend, and then kind of it's gone. So this one will probably be, like you said, at the school, in the gym, in the first week maybe, when the students are back and they're meeting their new teachers and getting used to their new classes. And they'll also have these club fairs where basically you can go down, find out information, ask questions, and if you like it, join the club. So that's kind of what they're doing. They're shopping for school clubs today. So Michael says, hey, what is that between the drama and photography clubs? Now, you'll know this stuff better than I will because I've probably only seen it in movies, but they would have a table and a sign that says, Lincoln High School Drama Club. Maybe some of the students in the club will be dressed up like actors or whatever. They're just basically there to kind of sell their club to new students and new members. And they see one that seems a little weird between two of the other clubs, which are kind of more normal, right? The drama club, that kind of thing is normal. But yeah, what's that one in the middle there? What are they doing?
And so Winnie goes, I don't know. Let's go there and check it out. Again, the nice thing about going to a fair or a club fair is that you get to see them all and you can walk around and you can see everything. So now they've found one that they didn't know was an option, I guess. And so they're going to go over and they're going to see. They're also going to meet a new character, Calvin.
Ah, okay. Because, yeah, as you said, some of the clubs are very normal. You'd expect to see it. Maybe you're already interested in joining it. But then there might be other clubs. You're like, what is that? I didn't even know we could do that. So this might be one. And the next character, Calvin, says, hi, I'm Calvin. So he's obviously introducing himself, and it seems he's doing that because he's part of the club. And so he tells Winnie and Michael, do you want to join the web design club? Oh, so maybe it was kind of computer artwork, or they had some computers there on the table. They didn't know what it was. It's about web design. So basically designing websites, kind of like computer coding, very useful today, but also not the kind of thing most people will just do at home on their own. They might need to learn about it. This sounds perfect. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back to find out if they're interested.
This club is new. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. In this club, we learn to make all kinds of websites.
Cool. I want to join, but do I need to have a computer?
No. We meet in the school's computer room, so we use the school's computers.
That's great. I want to join too.
Okay, so we just met Calvin, this new character, and we just found out about a new club that is all about website design. So Winnie says, this club is new. Can you tell us about it? So she's talking to Calvin, and she's talking, obviously he's the one behind the kind of counter explaining the club, and she says, tell us more. Well, maybe I'm interested.
That's right. And if those people are there representing their clubs, they're probably a leader. They probably know a lot about it, so they can answer your questions. Because there might be things that the club does that you don't. I mean, you know it's about web design, but what does that mean? What do we actually do during that hour, 2 hours a week when we meet? So Calvin tells her. He says, sure, I can tell you more. Yes, sure. In this club, we learn to make all kinds of websites. So you won't just be visiting websites or reading about the history of websites. You'll actually be learning about all kinds of websites and maybe even making your own. But before you make your own, you need to learn about what you want to make. And when we learn things, we get information, and that information goes into our brains, and then we know things. You learn things all the time, of course, formally. You go to school, study, read books, but you can also learn things just by keeping your eyes open, paying attention, asking questions, and when you get that information, the important part, remember the information, because if you know something and then forget it, you can't really say you've learned it, but if you learn it, it becomes part of that big book of knowledge in your head. Well done, you are a little bit smarter.
Yes, and then we also had this word website, which is a noun. And so we had talked about web design, and so this web, it actually refers to the internet, because we used to mostly call it the World Wide Web. That's why it started with www for all of the website names. And so website, a site is a place that you can go, some place that you can visit. Although now on the internet, it's not like a physical location, it's a virtual location that you can go and look at. So these are all called websites. So you might go to your computer and type in YouTube, that would be a website. You type in Google, well, Google is the website, but that's also the search engine. But it will bring you to other websites that other people have created. And so that's why they're called websites.
Exactly right. Now, I guess the difference between a website and an app is that the app is on your phone and it kind of has a special website, but really it's kind of the same thing. When you open many apps, if it's using the internet, it will join you to a website. But you're right, that's a slightly older word, but you're going to be making them. There's very little difference between how you make them, really. So Michael says, cool, I want to join. He wants to learn about websites and maybe even make his own. This whole thing sounds very interesting. He wants to join, but he asks, do I need to have a computer? Well, that's actually a really good question.
Yes.
Some people might not have a computer. They might only have a phone or something like that, as people do. Or even if you have a computer, if you're using your mom's old laptop, it might not be the kind of computer you need to go on a website. Because what's a computer?
Yeah, so a computer is just this type. I mean, I think if you say it, everybody kind of knows it, but it's a machine that you use for getting online, playing games, all this kind of stuff. It comes with a screen. The screen is actually not the computer. The computer part is actually the tower, is what we say. And that's the part that holds all of the internal workings and the memory and all that kind of stuff that you need to run your computer. And then you plug in your keyboard and your mouse and your screen and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we use to do work or to do our homework or watch videos or create things or whatever. I think at this point, everybody kind of knows what a computer is, but it is a good question for him to ask, because if he only had a computer and not a laptop, he might not even be able to bring it to school.
True.
And so he's like, wait a second, if I need to bring a computer, then maybe I can't join.
Yeah, that's a good point. You
He's
might not
asking
want to
this.
take your laptop, and do I have to bring my computer and leave it at school? I mean, how does this actually work? Or do we do it online, you know, from our home, and we just meet in a chat room or something? He kind of wants to know, how is this working? How does this work? And Calvin explains, no, you don't need your own computer, and then he explains why. We meet in the school's computer room, so we use the school's computers. A much better idea if you're teaching people things, because they're all there. You can use the whiteboard or blackboard. The teacher, the instructor can walk around and look at your work, what you're doing. So that makes a lot more sense to meet at the school, to meet in the school's computer room, and to use their computers. And when you meet, you gather together in a group, or you gather together with at least one other person. If you call your friend and say, I'll see you at the movie theater at 6 o'clock, you are meeting at the movie theater at 6 o'clock. That is where you will come together. You can't really meet with yourself.
No,
you can meet with one
Maybe with a
person.
mirror.
You can meet with 100 people, but there needs to be one other person there, so two can come together at a certain place at a certain time to meet.
Yes, and so then Winnie responds, that's great, I want to join too. So she's excited that this is happening in the computer lab or the computer room, and so she doesn't have to bring her computer. So she says that's great. Great just means wonderful, awesome, good, a little bit better than good, so it's great.
Fantastic.
So fantastic, yeah.
Superb.
Yep. All those great words. And so she's quite happy about this, and so she's also interested in joining this club.
There you go. Sounds like they're going to have 2 new members of the Web Design Club at their school. All right, that's all the time we have for now, but we're going to have much more for you coming up soon, so we'll see you then. Michael and Winnie are at a club fair.
Hey, what is that between the drama and photography clubs?
I don't know. Let's go there and check it out.
Hi, I'm Calvin. Do you want to join the Web Design Club?
This club is new. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. In this club, we learn to make all kinds of websites.
Cool. I want to join, but do I need to have a computer?
No, we meet in the school's computer room, so we use the school's computers.
That's great. I want to join too.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的重点单字。第一个 learn 动词学习。Kelly wants to learn French. Kelly 想要学法文。第二个单字 computer 名词电脑。My father bought a new computer for me yesterday. 昨天我爸爸买了一台新电脑给我。下一个单字 meet 动词聚会见面。它的动词三态是 meet、met、met， 名词是 meeting， 指的是聚会、会议。Terry and I will meet on Friday to talk about the project. 我跟 Terry 会在星期五见面讨论这个企划案。Project 在这里是名词，专案、企划案。最后一个单字 great 形容词，很棒的。Kevin's mother is a great teacher.Kevin 的妈妈是一个很棒的老师。接着我们来看一下重点文法。第一个 between A and B， 在 A 和 B 之间 between 是一个介系词，表示在两个东西之间。我们来看看下面这个例句 I don't want to sit between Judy and Kim。 我不想坐在 Judy 和 Kim 的中间。下一个文法 check out， 看一看，瞧一瞧，这是一个口语的用法。Check 是动词，查看的意思。我们来看看下面这个句子 I checked out that new restaurant yesterday. It was really good. 我昨天去了那间新餐厅，那里很不错。最后一个文法 all kinds of 加上名词，各式各样的。Kind 在这里是名词，种类的意思。我们来看看以下这个例句 My boyfriend is good at all kinds of sports.我男朋友擅长各式各样的运动。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Shin Chao Feng Ranch and Resort is a large farm in Hualien County. The resort has a Dutch village, Japanese-style hot spring, and large European garden.There are many different areas to visit on the ranch. The kids' play area has a Jurassic Park with many big dinosaur models. The scenic area offers a grassland, garden, and walking path. The bird park area includes many different types of birds. The animal area allows visitors to get close to cute animals like rabbits, sheep, and deer. The dairy cow area provides a dairy cow nursery room for visitors to learn about the experience of being a mother cow. Come rent a bike to travel around Shin Chao Feng Ranch and Resort.
See you next time!